Hello everybody, today I'm going to be teaching you about async functions and headers. Now, we're going to start off with async functions first. So, you can make a function async just by typing async right there. And voila is broken. Okay, so I fixed it. It turns out that async functions weren't working very well. Okay, I fixed it again. I swear it works now. And voila, look at that. Look at that beautiful asynchronous function. You see the difference? No. You don't, because there is no difference right now, but essentially the difference in an async function is that it runs asynchronously compared to like in a multi-line comment. So in a normal function, and when you run the code, you have like this statement, and all one runs one after the other. But if you have this statement and it's async, it just runs it and skips past it. It doesn't wait for it to finish, and it instantly just it runs it separately. So, for example, let's say I want to. I'll just delete the boop boop boop. I'll do something that'll take a couple seconds. That'll take, I think, like 2 or 3 seconds. What I'm gonna have this do is I'm gonna do function async print 10 million, and this is gonna print a list of 10 million numbers. So just 4 I approaching 1, 10 million. That. Then it's just going to do I. That might actually crash the IDE. So just do 1 million. So just call print 10 million. And print line before. So it prints before, and then the IDE is going to crash. Oh, never mind. Maybe. Oh. And so as you saw in your final moments, even though print 10 million was called before, it took so much time that, and by so much time I mean 0.3 seconds, but that this ran afterwards while this ran in the background. And that's essentially async. It runs separately from the program. It's similar to like threaded programming if you've programmed before. And so that's essentially what async does. Now we're going to move on to headers. Headers are denoted by a hash symbol. So we do hash, then you do header, whatever you want it to be. Now currently this isn't going to do anything. So if we just check out the documentation over here, let's go to headers, and this is the list of headers. There's not a lot of headers so far. There's only one, but there's going to be more added soon. And the current one is memorize. And while it sounds like either a baby saying memorize or someone that can't really pronounce R's saying memorize, or just a misspelling in general, it's a very real term for optimization. Basically, what it says is every time a function, so we have function this, every time a function is called with the same arguments, instead of running the same code, it'll just instantly return the value. So instead, this runs code, skips code, and returns value from last time. Now this is good or bad, depending on what you want it to do. So you can have a memoized file and a non-memoized file with different functions. So let's create a very computationally expensive function that would benefit from being memoized. This is going to be the Fibonacci sequence. Now we're just going to do if if x is less than or equal to 2. The first two numbers of the Fibonacci sequence are 1. We're just going to return 1. Otherwise, return fib x minus 2 plus fib x minus 1. Now this is important because this x minus 2 is going to be duplicated when this fib x minus 1 runs fib x minus 1 here. So instead of running this over and over again, it's just going to run this one value, whatever x minus 2 is, once. And then next time it runs into x minus 2, it's just going to instantly return that value. This allows us to do stuff like the 50th number of the Fibonacci sequence, just like that. If we remove this memwise, we might never get it. Now that's an exaggeration. We'll get it eventually, but it is going to take a very, very, very long time. A very long time. So, that was async functions and headers. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. These are very, very useful tools, and they can help you make things like clients or algorithms and other things. So, I hope you